playing Distance Nerding. He's young Phil. I'm Jen the Prey. And he's Jamez 5000.
And we are here to nerd together.
Nerd together. You know, I always thought that we were supposed to do a pause in between nerd and together.
Talking about
Isn't that
anything
what we
pop
agreed
culture,
on?
news, movies, food, music, wrestling, comics, Comic-Cons, whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it.
Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you are currently watching on the YouTubes, of course, you can hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out, ladies and gentlemen. If you whatever podcast app you're listening on, leave us a review. Remember, 5 stars helps us so much. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, everywhere at Distance Nerding. What's up, guys? What's going on here?
Let's do this. We're gonna get super nerdy. There's a lot to talk about.
Apparently, if we razz you, Phil, you get I don't know. You're off your game and then we have to take over. What the fuck?
No, you know what? I think I'm figuring out what's going on. It's because all of a sudden, right as the show started, and because my phone is my new camera and it's facing away from me, somebody was trying to call me.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, so
this
I
is
need
gonna
to
be
put on.
such a good show. I'm so happy we're doing it right now.
Yep. And there's always the hey, I need to call you right now. The way I'm going to change that, do not disturb. There we go. So I should be okay.
There you
now.
go. There you
All
go.
right.
Hey,
Well,
this week on deck, we've got Gods of War, Scorpion Kings, Russo, Clues, and just as Lucasfilm moves into a new era, Vader is descending into Disneyland once again.
I like it.
all right.
I'm excited about the
Red
Disneyland
was
news.
there. Yeah.
It's okay. Continue the show like I'm not here. I'm just going to observe and report. James, tell us who's bringing us the show.
Today's episode is brought to you by Colossus Girl Entertainment, fan-focused Comic-Cons across the West Coast, including Beaver State Comic-Con, Metal Art Comic-Con, Anna Medford, Tri-Cities Powerhouse, Silver Age Comic-Con, and of course, Gem State Comic-Con. From comics and cosplay to celebrity guests and artists, they bring the fandom together. Visit ColossusGirlENT.com and plan your next Comic-Con.
All right. Well, let's jump right into this. Since we didn't do an intro, we decided, hey, you know what? Intros don't matter or anything like that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the first part of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching Distance Nerding. All right. Well, first segment we got going on here, ladies and gentlemen, of course, it is straight from J. Jonah.
I like it.
So let's jump right into the news, the newsy news. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. Jessica Jones. All right, Jessica Jones is officially stepping back into the spotlight, and Daredevil Born Again Season 2 will fill in the missing years since we last saw the hard-drinking private investigator and reveal what she's been up to since her Netflix days ended. So Marvel's head of streaming television, Brad Winterbaum, basically said, what's really fun about that character is the time jump from the last time we saw her. So we're reestablishing the character. This is catching the audience up to what the hell she's been up to. And that is filled with a lot of really cool surprises.
Oh,
what
wait,
do you guys think she's been
are
doing?
they going to say she's going to have a baby? I think she's going to have her baby. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to.
No. You exactly. It's exactly what we're going to. I was saying, like, what do you guys think she's been doing since the end of the Netflix show to now? And that's your prediction right there. You think that she's had the baby? Does that mean that she's actually been with Sweet Christmas? Because I know there were jokes about her and Luke Cage together, but it's like, do you think they were official in between all these shows?
Yeah, that would actually really help the bring Luke Cage in as well, because if she does already have a child, and that's the big thing, then yeah, Luke's gonna come and be like, Jessica, Stop leaving the baby with me, and that kind of stuff. So I like that. Although they could go with the whole Trish as what was it? She's a cat. Wild cat, no. Um,
Black Cat.
No, that's DC.
no, the yellow and blue.
Heathcliff.
What? Heathcliff, Garfield. Let's just name off famous cats. All the cats Alf tried to eat.
All the cats Alf should have eaten.
Right, yeah. But what is her name? It's not Wildcat. It's like what the heck is it? Anyway,
You think of
that's
that,
where they
what
were
you're talking about.
going.
but I think that would explain a lot. It would explain where they've been and why they haven't been like surfacing. Like, there's other heroes. We have priorities now, and we have to take care of priority one, and that's the family, and not go out and being a superhero. So until they get a call from, Daredevil, they're off.
Mm-hmm.
They're off.
Yeah, because I mean the main thing is supposed to be, and they've said this, that it's not fan service, right? It's not going to be them just kind of doing a cameo or a nostalgic victory lap, just saying, "Hey, Jessica Jones, she exists. Go watch the other show." Like, she's supposed to be something completely integrated into this season. So I think there's a combination for me. Is I would like to see the baby and that, but I also that's something that I don't want to see off screen. I want to see that relationship kindle, unless they do kind of like hey, let's go back and do another season of Jessica Jones, and here's what happened in between everything. And again, like I want to see those relationships built. I want to see everything between Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, and what brings them to who they are. So that's where I want. Now, I do know that for sure, end of last season, Daredevil was building an army to take on Fisk. I think she's going to be a part of that.
Yep. And I think from what I hear, I think this season is going to incorporate the whole Daredevil Defenders, pocket into the MCU a lot more than just like, hey, we're going to guest appear on, Spider-Man, No Way Home, that sort of thing. So it'll be interesting. I'm with it.
So am I. So with that being said, Marvel has officially announced that season 2 of Daredevil Born Again will premiere on Disney Plus on March 4th, 2026. Guys, that's like less than 2 months away.
That's math. Yeah, that's about.
I had to think of math for a
6 weeks
second.
away.
Yeah,
It's 6 weeks.
Yeah. So I mean, like it's coming. Like, it's up and coming. It's going to be here before we even realize it's here.
Awesome. Excited.
Yeah. Very, very excited. All right. So let's.
I'm not going to Hawaii in February. I just realized I haven't talked to you guys about that, but I'm not going to Hawaii in February.
No.
No, it's fine. We're going next year. It's no big deal.
Well,
it has nothing to do with anything we were talking about. Let's move on.
It's all good. Wong saying, I wonder. I'm curious what his thoughts are here. We are going to move on, but please put them in the chat. So let's move on to the next story that we've got going on here. Dooms. Disney's plan is working. From Marvel Studios' perspective, this experiment clearly paid off. The studio refers to all 4 clips strictly as teasers, and together they've crossed an enormous milestone. Collectively, the 4 teasers have pulled in over 1 billion with a B views online.
Wow.
I haven't seen them. I haven't watched any of them.
You haven't watched any of the 4? I'm telling you right now.
I watched the Captain America one. Oh, and I watched the Thor one. That's right. Yeah.
You didn't watch the X-Men or the no, you got to watch the other 2. They're good. And again, they're not giving away any plot points at all. Like, you're getting a lot of kind of, there is a little bit of fan service inside of these trailers, because it's making us like, oh my God, these are things that we've wanted, but they are not giving us anything aside from, interactions and characters that are being brought in. So, I mean, again, just to kind of reiterate everything on here, just like some of the announcements of how many times these have been viewed. Instagram alone accounted for more than 500 million views TikTok delivered another
That's
100,000.
hilarious.
Yeah, it's insane. TikTok delivered another 100 million, right? So I mean, between the two, you have 600 million. Both figures represent all-time records for any Marvel trailer released on either of those platforms. Which is crazy. I mean, Instagram is by far destroying all of the numbers on all this.
Well, if you think about it, I mean, these teasers are made for short format,
They are.
platforms like TikTok, like Instagram. They're short little videos, and that's what gets consumed on those platforms the most.
Right.
I think calling them short is disrespectful, and I think you need to apologize to them.
They're short king teasers, and
That's right.
they're doing fine with 1 billion views. So
That's right. That's right. James takes offense to that.
I take offense to you saying that I take offense to that.
YouTube also has roughly 60 million views and counting. To put it into perspective, Avengers Endgame racked up close to 300 million YouTube views in a single day back in 2019.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even remember 2019.
the internet was different back then.
Absolutely was.
We were
I'm
all
excited.
so naive back then.
I'm excited, and supposedly we're getting a full trailer during the Super Bowl, so I'm ready for this. I'm
Is
ready
this
to see all
Super
this.
Bowl time again? Oh my god.
Super Bowl's coming up. It's not too far away.
Uh-huh.
So Doomsday is coming December 18th, 2026.
Do you think
11
Doomsday
months.
do you think actual Doctor Doom is going to be in this movie though?
I would hope so. Oh no. I think eventually at some point the person who's going to take over Doctor Doom for the remainder of this next phase of the MCU will show up.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to be Sam Rockwell?
No.
We were
I don't
watching
know.
the second Iron Man, and I was like, man, I really wish and he had like his own like little manservant guy, and that guy was hilarious in Iron Man 2. And I was like, what happened to that guy?
I mean,
There was
he
never
is
like a slap fight with Happy or anything. I wanted something.
yeah, he is somewhat wasted as Justin Hammer, but I mean still like I want to see I would like to see more Justin Hammer show up eventually.
I would too. I miss the dancing Justin Hammer.
Yeah.
Anyway,
God.
let's move on.
Sam Rockwell having to dance in every movie he's in. It's contractual. All right, let's
Yes.
let's move on to the next thing we got going on here. Fish and chips on your left. Actually sounds delicious. While previous reports claimed Avengers Doomsday reshoots were scheduled to begin in April, recent photos indicate production may have started early in London. No cast members were spotted, but crew wearing Avengers Doomsday jackets were seen filming scenes staged in what appears to be a World War II era London. So there's no clear indication who these scenes involve or what exactly is being filmed, but we know Steve Rogers and Peggy Carter immediately come to mind, because if you could just easily, I mean, it could just be an alternate reality sequence. It could be something establishing them back in the day. It could be something that's just a complete multiverse storyline. So what are you guys' thoughts? What do you think is happening in the timeline?
I think we're getting Captain Carter and Captain America.
Yep. I think we're going to get both. I think we're going to get both. Somehow we're going to get both. And I also think this is smart by Marvel and Disney. Like, hey, we have shoots planned in April, but F that, we're going to do some right now and just completely screw over like all the tabloids and all that and be like, no, we're doing it right now. We're not going to say anything. We're just going to do it. I think that's smart.
Absolutely.
I think it's going to be the Captain Carter from What If, though.
Yeah, okay. Not the one from Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness?
No. It's going to be Captain Carter from What If.
I think that's a good move.
They're going to do it. And if they were going to do it anywhere, this is where they would do it.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to fucking matter after this is over. So they can put all the What If characters they want in here, and then they can fuck off. So that's it. That's my big swing, hot take on all of it. What if multiversal characters?
Travis in the chat saying Captain Hydra. Now, here's my thing. I think Captain Hydra shows up in the movie. I think we're gonna get a version of Captain America where he's a Hydra agent. I don't think it's gonna be Carter fighting Captain Hydra.
Ooh.
I think if Captain Carter fights Captain Hydra, it's going to be more modern. I don't think it's going to be something in World War II, because in the comics, Steve doesn't reveal that he's Captain Hydra until way later on. It's already, everything's already been done. So I mean, an alternate version, like an alternate universe version where he's already Captain Hydra could be interesting.
Yeah.
And that would be a first for Captain America to be a full-blown Hydra agent in World War II. That would be like Earth X.
Frey, you're raising your hand?
I'm raising my hand. Because I keep interrupting and I feel so bad about it. So now I'm raising my hand. What about this? What if it's just a scene, like another scene from the first Avenger, like the very first movie that they were in together? That is something that it could be, because like there were several scenes where they were in London, like at the bar or whatever. It could be something else like that, or it could be something that changed like right after it because he came back.
What if it's just him coming back? What if they just reveal the scene of him coming back to her? Like, it's been like a week since he went off, and then he walks back into a bar.
Saturday, and he walks into the place that they were meeting to go and dance. And he danced. That's where he first dances with her.
Right. I think that would be a really good kind of like reintroduction to Steve. Is it ends with his scene in Endgame where he goes back in time and he walks back into that Saturday scene. And I think what I would, as far as storytelling goes, that would be something that would happen at the very beginning of the movie, where he goes back in time, he goes and
returns all the stones, and then he's like, "Let me settle down."
Right. He meets with Peggy, and he lives his life. Fast forward, it's a year later. They have a son, and it's them having this really nice, happy life, and then something just completely fucks it up, and he has to kind of like get back into it.
Yep, I'm on board.
I like that. I think that's probably the closest to what it actually is going to be,
because that seems like something that Marvel does. They give you this kind of like, okay, everything is okay and everything's seeming fine, and then just something comes in and destroys everything. Think back to Hawkeye at the beginning of Avengers,
or like Vision and Wanda, in Infinity Stone. It's going to be that.
Well, so what I was thinking is that it could also be, yes, it is something like that where he does come back and we get that. What if we have the false starts? You know how they'll do false endings where you think something's going to end and then it continues, and that, movies and stuff.
Right.
So we'll get Captain America's start. Like that's the start that they would do for that movie. Then we get Thor's start, and then we get the remnants of Iron Man's start, and then, like that kind of stuff. So we get the start of the movie is just us catching up with all of them, and then we go into the actual movie and what's going on like at the moment. I think that would be amazing and would be so cool, because they do it for endings all the time where you're like, oh, this is the ending, and then you're like, no, just kidding, that's not the ending. And so why not do that with the start of a show?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Okay. Any other thoughts, James? You had any thoughts on this?
Nope, we did it.
It's gonna be amazing.
All right, so let's move on to the next story here. The Russos are teasing us again, but fans might know what's going on. According to Anthony Russo and Joe Russo, there's a major clue buried in the Doomsday teasers. A theory is spreading that claims the teasers are quietly pointing back to some very specific moments from Avengers Endgame. I don't know if you guys have been following this whole thing. I know IGN was reporting on it, but it's insane. And some of there's a lot of people are turning them into time markers and going back to different points within the Avengers movies, and they think it's explaining parts of the movie. So, a report from IGN highlighted a theory that starting numbers on those countdowns match timestamps from Avengers Endgame. They just said not random timestamps either, but moments tied directly to the multiverse unraveling. It's like what caused the multiverse to unravel. The Captain America teaser time code lands on the scene in Endgame where the Ancient One warns Hulk about the dangers of removing the Infinity Stones from the time heist.
Yeah.
Things to think about. Thor's teaser points to the exact moment Loki escapes with the Tesseract in the Endgame. Okay, there's another stone there, right? The X-Men teaser points to the scene in Endgame where Rocket says, "Thor, are you crying?" While the Wakanda teaser points to the Avengers planning the time heist to begin with. So, what are your guys' thoughts on all of this? Like, do you guys think that this is people not looking into the right direction but finding something that means something, or do you think they're spot on? What do you guys think?
Frey, go ahead. Oh, okay. You want me to go? Well, I was going to say that I looked at all these timestamps and I looked at the scenes that they were connected to, and I totally agree. I think it's the Russos saying these are the major moments in our MCU that are causing the issues within the timeline. And it all boils back down to the time heist. Like, it was a great idea. They, oh my god, they did it, and they, ended up stopping Thanos. But it's gonna be at what cost? And that cost is gonna be screwing up the timeline, screwing up the universe, and now we're gonna have incursions.
Yeah, it's insane. Like I think that the Russos are really good about not pandering to the audience and saying, "Oh, we're just gonna baby you guys on stuff." He knows that there are fans that are, or they know that there are fans that are gonna figure these things out, right? And that they are gonna figure out, oh yeah, there's the Reddit finds everything. Like it really does. And I think that they probably built this by design for Reddit to go wild with all of their theories.
Mm-hmm.
I like the counter social media of it. Like, we're going to use social media to our advantage instead of being on the back foot there. I like that. I like that theory. I think it's interesting. I believe this is just consequences of the actions that they took. Um and those scenes, yes, are important. Those could be the scenes, what in the TVA, didn't they say something about like there's certain points that have to happen for
Mhm.
things to go the way that they're supposed to. And that's why they will people that aren't in that timeline, they will, you know, get rid of. And I feel like that's going to be a big thing too. I think Loki's series is gonna be a lot more impactful than a lot of people think. I do think something's gonna happen there. We know that he's coming back, so that's cool, but I think that that that's a big thing, and the timestamps, and I actually, without knowing that, when I watched the Captain America one, I was like, "This is, like, giving me vibes of Endgame." And, like, and the Thor one, I was like, "Man, that forest really reminds me of the forest in the first Avengers movie."
Yeah.
And then I was, like, already on that path of this is stuff that we're supposed to remember other moments from. But I do think that those moments are going to be pivotal in the movies, just because those are the moments that have to happen to those certain characters to get them to be where they are now. And had they changed, then those would be the points where we have the other universes. So I do think that that's important. So yeah, and I feel like I didn't really say that much, but I do wanna say the only one I haven't seen is the X-Men one, because I remember the Fantastic Four one with the Wakanda thing and somebody mentioning that, "Hey, doesn't that look a lot like the, uh, Namor, stuff?" And so, yeah. So yeah, I actually saw 3 of the 4. I'm surprised. I didn't look at them at all. So you guys missed me, didn't you?
I didn't see one of them. Wait, I've seen 3 of them.
I didn't see any of them. I saw one of them. I saw the Captain America one. No, wait, I saw the Thor one. I saw 2 of them. Wait, no. I saw the Wakanda one. I've seen 3. And then she's gonna go back and go, no, wait, I remember the Cyclops moment. Okay, no, I saw all 4 of them.
Honestly, I did not see the X-Men one. I promise. I'm not having some sort of weird
You got to watch the X-Men one after
opposite
this.
dementia.
Yeah, the X-Men one is actually really good.
Okay.
It's
I will watch
very
it.
emotional.
I will watch it. I've actually been just listening to music like the last week. I've been like just not watching anything except sumo. Of course, I've been watching sumo,
Yeah, of course,
but and basketball. But yeah, so I've been just kind of
Alright.
like chilling out.
Well, Doomsday speculation is running wild, and that's exactly how Marvel likes it.
It's all like underground marketing. You know, it's like they're not doing anything right now. They've released the teasers. They're out there. Now everybody's just talking about it still. They're like, our job's done.
Well, let's
That's what you do. You create buzz, right?
Yeah, exactly. So let's jump into the next portion here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to see who's watching the Watchtower.
Us. We're watching the Watchtower.
We're watching the
That's
Watchtower.
the answer to that question.
That's right.
All righty. So let's do this first one. James Gunn confirms. Oh, that's not it. That's it. Yeah. Sorry, guys. This is my first time back. I'm a little nervous. All right. DC isn't hitting us with teasers. James Gunn has confirmed that Mr. Miracle, the upcoming animated series, is officially set within the DCU. While some animated shows are being positioned as standalone Elseworlds stories, Mr. Miracle isn't one of them. The series is canon, and that confirmation carries some massive implications for the cosmic side of the DCU. So we know Scott Free is going to be Mr. Miracle. And he appeared in Mr. Miracle #1 back in 1971, created by Jack Kirby. And I mean, he's the escape artist that was from Earth, but then was brought to Apocalypse and raised as an apocalyptian person. And then Orion's in there somewhere because Orion is actually Darkseid's child, but was raised by Highfather. It's a thing.
Right.
Anyway, he's the escape artist. And he falls
And then
in
you
love
have
with
Caliban,
Barda.
who is like technically his stepbrother, but I mean, like, yeah.
Right. And that, whatever. And Caliban is a whole nother mess. Anyway, but Big Barda was the head of the female Furies, under Granny Goodness. And so there's that. But it looks like with the art and everything, it looks like the Scott and Barda are together, and I guess they've escaped back to Earth. So that's kind of cool.
I mean, Barda does eventually settle on Earth way down the line. So it's like, it could be that story.
Yeah, it could be. But yeah, so it's confirming that the new gods are part of the DCU, which, hello, thank you very much. Apocalypse exists, New Genesis exists, and Darkseid exists too. So eventually we're going to have to answer the question Darkseid. So I just think that that's really interesting. But I do have an opsis, I guess. I didn't know we were doing those still, but I do have one.
Oh, we're bringing them back.
Oh, okay. I'm going now. It's a miracle opsis, another opsis synopsis. Read synopsis.
It's a miracle opsis, another opsis synopsis. Read synopsis. Synopsis.
The new series follows Scott Free, the world's greatest escape artist, known to the world as Mr. Miracle, whose perfect life with his warrior wife, Big Barda, falls apart when their two homeworlds, Apocalypse and New Genesis, go to war, and Scott's cruel adopted father, Darkseid, appears to have captured the ultimate weapon, the anti-life equation. That will give him total dominance over the universe.
Well, it seems like
No
we're going to
release
get...
date.
It seems like we're gonna
Go
get
ahead.
thrown right into it, so I kind of like this.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
it seems like
yeah.
they're starting it with Apocalypse already having the anti-life equation, which that I mean that's kind of kick off into where they're going with like with Salvation Run and everything
Yeah,
like that. And
yeah.
so it's
Mhm,
it's
mhm.
I mean, he said that he wasn't going to do the dark side stuff with Salvation Run, but I mean, it seems like they're kind of teeing it up. So at least the existence of the characters are there. So this is it's going to be
I
interesting.
mean, yeah. Hmm, hmm. Huh,
This also means
huh.
we're more than likely going to get the design reveal for Apocalypse within the DC universe.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I see what you're putting down. All right. No release date on for Mr. Miracle. Casting is in progress. James, just call me. I'll do the Barda voice. That's fine. I can do it. And now Darkseid is looming.
We're getting Darkseid at some point. I like it.
Yeah.
Just looking at Phil like, and he's just like, what the hell is going on with her? All right. Holy delay, Batman. I thought we did that one already. Did we do the holy delay, Batman?
That was last year.
Anyway, that was last year. Okay. James Gunn, co CEO of DC Studios, for those of you who don't know that, shared a blunt update on the status of the upcoming Batman movie. And it's probably not what anyone wanted to hear. The Brave and the Bold is the DCU's planned introduction of Batman and his son, Damian Wayne, as Robin, with Andy Muschietti attached to direct. Gunn responded to a fan on Threads who asked about a rumor claiming the script was done and that the movie was targeted for a 2028 release. Gunn shut that down quickly, writing, "Fiction, sorry. The screenplay isn't finished. No Brave, no Bold." But the Batman Part 2 bat signals into theaters October 1st of 2027. What do you guys think?
I feel
I-
like
Anyone?
go ahead, James. Go ahead, James.
I was just gonna say, I think this is part of the reason why James Gunn was okay with the Batman and the whole Matt Reeves Batman universe going still, because I think he knew that he was gonna have problems getting the Brave and the Bold up and running, and for whatever reason, it just hasn't landed quite yet. So he's like, yeah, just keep giving us content, even if we'll call it Elseworlds, we'll do something else with it, but I can't get my vision of Batman quite yet.
Yeah, I
I
think
could see that.
I think the other thing that kind of plays into everything, especially given it's under the same studio, Andy Muschietti is now working on season 2 of Welcome to Derry. And I feel like they with how well season 1 did, I think Warner Brothers went like full hog into, well, we need to get season 2 up and running like now, and I think that probably got into, Andy Muschietti's schedule, and they were probably like, okay, well, screenplay for Batman isn't fully done, so we should probably put this on the back burner. I'm gonna finish season 2 of Welcome to Derry, and then we can go in on Batman after that.
I think that Warner Brothers selling, or well, whoever, Dickwad selling Warner Brothers probably also delayed it because, I mean, James Gunn didn't know if he was going to have a job.
Good point. Good
So
point.
it's like, yeah. So I mean, I could see that as well, but I do think, you know what? Take your time with Batman. Just take your time with it. Make sure it's perfect, because I really loved Superman, and I think that he did a really good job with that, introducing the world. And all the stuff I've seen about Supergirl and the trailer, oh my God, I love her already. I want 12 more movies. Like, haven't even watched it yet, and I want like another one. So, yeah, I mean, take your time on Batman.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
I mean, you could put Wonder Woman like before Batman if you wanted. That would be fun. I wouldn't hate that. But, whatever. You do you, James. You do you.
I also feel like they don't need to necessarily introduce Batman in a Batman movie. Honestly, they could probably introduce Batman in like one of the animated things that they're doing. And
Yeah.
at least, that will reveal casting for who played Batman or who's playing Batman. Because remember, his big thing is if you voice the character, you're also playing them on screen. So,
Yeah, that's true.
right. So that would be kind of a cool reveal for who's playing Batman is Batman randomly shows up in one of the animated shows. And we learn who Batman is through his voice. And then on top of that, Clayface is coming out. So I mean, like, what's to say that Batman doesn't show up in Clayface?
I thought they were saying that Clayface that was actually going to be an Elseworlds thing as well.
I thought they were saying. I thought originally they said that it was supposed to be attached, but I mean, if it's not, it's not. So, but I mean, still.
Either way, I mean, I see your point on that because I do think you could bring Batman in, or you could do like a weird cameo thing where it's like you just see the bat signal or you see like his shadow. So you don't actually see the actor or anything.
Well, they did that in Creature Commandos.
Yeah. So, but you could continue doing that. Like, because like the first time we saw Thanos, we didn't really like see, it wasn't Thanos. We heard his voice. We heard, that kind of stuff. But so I'm just saying.
And then like 10 movies later, we get
Thanos.
But
there's nothing wrong with teasing people. People like it. It's a fetish. Like people go to like dominatrixes to get teased. That's like a thing. It's a condition.
It's a condition.
It's a kink. And we're not going to kink shame.
We don't kink shame
around
here.
We don't kink shame. We kink inform.
There we go. All right, let's go with that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for our Watching the Watchtower. So let's talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's, what brings us here? What brings us all together, ladies and gentlemen? I keep saying ladies and gentlemen, and it's weird. That might be the name of the show.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, presented by Debbie. Yes, this show is brought to you by the good folks over at Debbie. That's right. Debbie is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Debbie contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Find out more about Debbie at www.debbie.gg. Use the code nerding10 and get 10% off your order. Very, very goodness. Very, very delicious. Head over to debbie.gg and use that code nerding10 and get 10% off your order.
You're ridiculous.
All right.
Well, let's
you guys are ridiculous.
Let's get into this next segment here. I'm gonna go rapid fire because, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for headlines. And at the top of headlines, James, are you limber? Are you ready here?
Let's do it.
All right, let's get into these one shots.
All right, don't forget.
I hope you stretched.
More news, more trailers, more reactions. Check out the Distant Sternington post on Facebook and tell us what you're nerding out on. But let's dive in. The Mummy franchise will rise again. The Mummy series is moving forward into a fourth installment, according to scooper Daniel Richtman. Universal Pictures has its sights set on Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, returning as the Scorpion King. Universal also appears interested in launching a fresh take on the Scorpion King, potentially giving the character a modern reboot with Johnson once again set at the center of the film. Yes, that's what we need. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know if we need this, but
oh yeah, we need it.
I just have one thing to say.
Go for it.
The Rock likes sand.
That is true.
Yeah, well, Anakin doesn't. So I mean, that's something I want to see. The Scorpion King versus Anakin Skywalker. Boom. There we go. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. The world of Burke is calling once again, and Kate Blanchett is answering. The two-time Oscar-winning actress is officially set to star in the live-action How to Train Your Dragon 2 reprising her role as Valka. I really like how like Gerard Butler and her are coming back playing the characters that they played in the animation. It just, for some reason, it makes me super happy. Universal and DreamWorks have locked in a June 11th, 2027 theatrical release date for the live action How to Train Your Dragon 2.
I'm excited
I
for this.
like it.
I haven't seen the first one, and I know it's on Paramount Plus
Peacock.
right now.
It's on Peacock.
So I mean, I can watch it. I just haven't yet. I've been I just finished Pluribus, so I mean, like,
If you like the animated film, especially the first one, you will enjoy the live action version.
yeah, maybe I'll watch it tonight.
There you go.
Yeah,
I still haven't seen Wicked.
You should watch that
just
too.
watch it. It's good. It's really good.
I know.
All right.
My
The
best
God,
friend has scolded me.
and we're scolding you too. Watch it. Do it for good. All right. The God of War is coming, probably on a motorcycle. Ryan Hurst,
Friend of the show, Ryan Hurst.
friend of the show, Ryan Hurst, is officially stepping into one of the most legendary roles in gaming history. The actor has been cast as Kratos in Prime Video's God of War, a live action adaptation coming from Sony Pictures. Oh, look, Sony. All right, Sony, good for you. It's Sony and Amazon MGM Studios. The series has already secured a 2-season order. Pre-production is underway in Vancouver, and casting is now rolling forward.
So
What do you think about Ryan Hurst?
2 things on this? I think Ryan Hurst is probably going to kill the role. I think he's going to do really well. I'm just wondering, is he going to cut that long, beautiful hair of his? Because you know, Kratos is bald. I don't know about a 2-season run. As long as you know they take this seriously and they do a combination of a little bit of fan service along with an interesting story. Like, again, I say this a lot about video game adaptations, but do what Fallout is doing right now. Don't do what Halo did. So I mean, that's where I'm going to leave it.
I like it. All right, I'm going to keep it going. Avatar is bending towards a new comic series. Fans of Avatar: The Last Airbender have another exciting reason to head to their local comic shop. Dark Horse Comics is launching a new 3-issue miniseries titled Avatar: The Last Airbender Kyoshi Warriors, developed in collaboration with Avatar Studios and original series creators Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian Coensco. The series is expected to hit comic shops on May 6th. I think that's really cool.
I'm
I
all
like
for
that.
this. The Kyoshi Warriors are badass. I'm all for this.
I think I love the Kyoshi Warriors. I want it to be a musical a la K-pop Demon Hunters. And I think that would be amazing. So make it happen, Dark Horse.
It's not a bad call.
You know, get those comics out so that we can have our dream realized. Let's go.
Get that K-pop money. Might as well make it some J-pop money. Who knows?
I don't know. I 100% don't know about that. Again, I'm curious how they portray Suki in this, because she's such a good character. Again, it's a comic, so I mean, there's they can go a lot of ways with this. But no, I mean, all for the Kyoshi Warriors.
Yeah, and I do like how
I
they're
just think they should sing and dance.
In a comic?
That'll work too. That'll work too.
I don't know.
I do like how they are taking the universe and expanding it, but instead of just like linearly, you know, like, oh, what's Aang doing in the future or as an adult. It's not just that, but it's like, let's tell side stories, you know, and expand the universe kind of sideways too. So I'm into it. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. Bethesda is up to big things. After wrapping up work on Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, it looks like Machine Games is heading back to one of the most iconic franchises. The studio is once again taking aim at the Wolfenstein universe, with Wolfenstein 3 reportedly now in development. A Wolfenstein TV series was also announced last year, and is currently in development at Amazon Prime Video. All right.
I'm for this. I love the Wolfenstein series. There's just this game series is really good, and the other thing is that it's somewhat relevant right now. So it's kind of like, it's crazy, and I think Amazon, I don't know, they're taking a big leap with doing Wolfenstein, because where Wolfenstein left off, the last game was in the 80s, in a world where the Nazis won, right? So if the last game was in the 80s, I'm curious if they take the plunge and go into the 90s, or even like to modern times with Wolfenstein.
I just think they're scary motherfuckers.
Oh my god, some of the the Uber soldats, the Uber soldats, the super soldiers that are in this game are absolutely horrifying, because it's almost like a Nazi horror game. It's crazy.
Interesting. Cool. All right.
Yeah. I have no other comments beside what I said. I stand by that.
Okay. HBO's Harry Potter television series just locked in a huge creative win. Hans Zimmer and his company Bleeding Fingers Music are officially on board to compose the show's original score. I like this. Setting the music foundation for their Wizarding World, the series will adapt each of J.K. Rowling's 7 novels into its own full season and will premiere in 2027. In the meantime, Zimmer is currently Oscar shortlisted for his work on F1, and audiences will also hear his music in HBO's Euphoria and Dune Part 3. He's getting some work from Warner Brothers. Good for you, Hans Zimmer.
Well, yeah.
It's going to be interesting seeing what direction he goes with, because the music from the movies is very iconic. And
John Williams, yes.
John Williams. And at this point, when you there are themes from John Williams' score that it's almost like Star Wars. Like, if you hear something that sounds vaguely Harry Potter, it's like, oh, that's a Harry Potter clone, or it's Harry Potter inspired. That's how you know that something is iconic, is when an entire, like, a score from a movie becomes its own genre.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's gonna. I'm curious to see what Hans Zimmer, if he differentiates himself, or if he stays within that genre.
Drew Strusberg, like, he did that for posters.
Mhm.
So I feel like Hans Zimmer is very much like that with music. Like, you can listen to music and automatically know, like, be transported back to that IP. And it was the same with Drew Struzan. So it's kind of cool. And they both complement each other, because a lot of the posters he did, Hans Zimmer did. You see where I went with that?
But it's also like Hans Zimmer has created scores like that. Like Pirates of the Caribbean is 100% the same level of score.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, it will be
I love
interesting
it.
to see what they do with it.
Love it.
All right.
Can't wait.
All right. Well, James, before you get into the rest of the news here, let's talk about this last sponsor.
Oh, where are we? Geek Freaks. Distance Nerding is part of the Geek Freaks Network. If you're discovering your latest binge, building Lego, debating casting choices, or still not over that plot twist, the Geek Freaks Network has got you covered. Your fandom, your community, your people. Check out Geek Freaks Network at gfpods.com.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right. Move over, Disney. There's more Disney bringing in the bucks. Disney's Zootopia has beat out the studio's previous highest grossing animated movie, Inside Out 2. Oh my gosh. With Zootopia sequel bringing in $1.7 billion in worldwide box office. That is so huge. This is the 9th highest grossing movie ever at the global box office. This milestone is the 8th This is a milestone in the 8th week with a running total of 390 million domestic and a 1.3 billion abroad. It's doing so big overseas.
Apparently,
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Mhm.
it's almost like I don't feel like this movie is that big of a phenomenon for it to be making that much money. I'm happy for it. I 100% am happy for it. I don't know. It doesn't feel like Frozen level. It doesn't feel like Moana level. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's one of those things where I believe that it is big and people are watching it, but I just don't feel like it has the cultural impact that some of the other movies have for it to be one of the highest grossing movies.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
nuts.
think of it as like Fruitopia, but a zoo.
Oh, you just said something that like your son wouldn't even understand.
Fruitopia?
Yeah.
Yeah, every time I hear Zootopia, I'm like, "Ah, man, remember Fruitopia?" Like, that's the only thing I think about. I never wanna see any of the movies, ever. Like, I don't
The
care.
first one was good. The first one was really good.
I don't care. Like, I just I don't care. Bring Fruitopia back, and maybe we'll talk about it.
With Zootopia 2 hitting the highest grossing animated movie under the Motion Picture Association, China's Ni Za 2 remains the highest grossing animated movie ever worldwide with $2.2 billion. What we're forgetting here is that Zootopia has a land in one of the Disney parks that's overseas. So, and it's like the
Oh,
only version of it out there, like no, not in Disneyland or Disney World. So it's huge overseas, and
that
that's
makes sense.
leading to why we're getting 1.3 billion dollars in box office overseas. So
That makes
Walt
sense.
Walt Disney Studios owns the top 3 animated MPA releases with Zootopia 2, Inside Out 2, and Frozen 2. My gosh.
Interesting. No, that does
A
make
lot of
sense because they
twos.
have a land out there.
Mm-hmm. Big franchises for Disney.
Hmm.
Speaking of love from Disney, Disneyland Loves Us 3000. Disneyland just released early testing footage for an upcoming Marvel attraction, Stark Flight Lab, and fans are comparing it to an attraction in Epic Universe. Epic Universe announced an attraction using a KUKA arm system with the Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experience, and fans loved it. So I guess it's a new type of ride, like,
Technology.
yeah, like not like a roller coaster. It's kind of different, Disneyland seems to be playing in the same space. The newly released video gives us our first behind the scenes look at actual human testing for Stark Flight Labs. I watched some of it, and it looks like, I don't know if you get motion sickness. I get motion sickness, and this does not look like a ride I would enjoy, because you get like jerked around and thrown everywhere and twisted and turned. I'm like, I don't know about this
Yeah,
ride.
I don't. I don't get motion sickness, but husby does. So
Yeah, this is, I don't know.
or maybe
No,
the Jennies can go on it and the husbies can stay on the ground.
Well, to be
the
honest, one thing I like about Disney rides is that, like, I don't usually, the only thing I ever really felt like I was getting like nauseous of and couldn't get over was like Star Tours. So,
Mm.
really, of all
yeah,
rides, Star Tours. Is that
I
not
know
not the
Star Tours.
Incredicoaster?
No, Incredicoaster is just a roller coaster, and it's pretty tame for a roller coaster standards.
Uh-huh.
There's like
Yeah.
one little loop de loop. So, seeing something like this, I'm like, I think Disney's like pushing the boundaries of like what their rides can do, and I'm like, I don't know about this. So we'll see. Uh, Also, Robert Downey Jr. will return as Tony Stark for some of the vignettes ahead of time
That's
at
cool.
Avengers Campus.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's neat.
Hmm, interesting. All
Eh,
right.
The way that they
I
got
just
like
don't know.
90% of the cast to come back for the Guardians of the Galaxy ride.
Yeah, and you got Tom Holland.
Everybody wants to be a voice at Disneyland.
Hmm.
Heck yeah.
For
I,
posterity, like the rest of existence,
Yeah.
your voice is going to be there.
I mean, come on. The Hall of Presidents is still there, people.
Mhm.
I wonder if you
been
get
there
like,
forever.
I wonder if you get like residuals. You know, like every year they get paid to be like, oh, that's my voice in that. That's interesting.
Yeah, based on how many times people
Maybe.
rode the ride.
Yeah,
Just
interesting. Okay,
a penny awry.
I'm keeping it going with Disneyland. Vader is about to get a chokehold on Disneyland. One of the biggest debates around Star Wars Galaxy's Edge was its timeline. The land opened at Disney in 2019, locked between the events of The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, so right there in the sequel trilogy. But starting April 29th, some of the most iconic characters in all of Star Wars history are finally getting their due and arriving in Galaxy's Edge Disneyland. So Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, and Darth Vader will all begin appearing in the land, marking the first time Galaxy's Edge fully embraces multiple eras of the franchise. And this is pretty huge for a lot of like the Star Wars fans that are also Disney fans. It's kind of
Yeah.
huge news, and it's always been like this big debate with a lot of the Star Wars fans is like, hey, I really like Galaxy's Edge. I really like that they keep evolving it, but I'm a little tired of the sequel trilogy. It's not my trilogy that I want. So this is like Lucas, Star Wars, Disney finally listening and being like, oh my gosh, let's open it up. Let's find a way to bring people in and give all the Star Wars fans more of a reason to come back to Disneyland. So
Yeah. I thought it was interesting when I read the original article on this was not only are they changing, because I guess half of Galaxy's Edge is going to be original trilogy, half of Galaxy's Edge is going to be sequel trilogy, and I found that interesting. But I thought that it was kind of cool that they were completely changing like the eras that they belong to. So it's supposed to be like Batu Station during the original trilogy, and it was a Imperial outpost, and you know, kind of like just changing the story just enough in a way for it to work. And having Vader looking for rebels around there, kind of the way that when you see the videos of
Kylo Ren
walking
yeah.
around right now,
Yep.
we're going to get Vader doing the same thing. I think that is kind of a smart move, and maybe the one time that I'm happy that Disney listened to the toxic fans.
We're not all toxic.
No, but I mean, you know, it's the toxic fans are the ones that were complaining about it.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe, but not all of us.
I think for the most part, the majority of people were
You're
just
a toxic
enjoying.
fan? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying I think the majority of people were enjoying the experience for what it was. The toxic ones were like, "That's not my Star Wars," and they like finally listened. It's kind of like, I'm not going to argue with that. I actually kind of like the idea of this.
Oh, you mean for once toxic fans actually got something done?
I got something done right.
Good for them. Okay. All right.
I'll
allow it.
We're getting young Luke, young Leia, young Han, probably not young Darth Vader, and they'll be walking around. We'll also be getting the John Williams music, so that's kind of nice, like the original trilogy music, playing throughout that part of the land. So I'm excited for that. They're also changing. This is what I noticed. They're changing the stores, because if you go into Galaxy's Edge, there's like a strip, like almost like a shopping center. They're of course changing all those to be like original trilogy era. So it's like all new droids that are going to be there. So it's all new merch that'll be coming to Galaxy's Edge.
Because they got merch, people.
Speaking of merch, so if you buy a lightsaber, they do like a little thing where they walk you through the whole like thing of like building a lightsaber. You get to choose parts, and now Luke Skywalker will be the one training young Jedi to build their lightsaber.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's so move along. I love that.
Move along.
Let's move along.
No, I'm not telling you guys to move along. I'm just putting that's in that era.
But they will be keeping. They will be keeping Mando and Grogu and Ahsoka and Rey just in like the other part.
Right.
That'll still be the sequel trilogy, so that you can still see those characters, which that's pretty cool.
I hope that when the show comes out, they do like a crossover and Ahsoka and Vader run into each other and they just like stare each other down like from the other side of like sides that they're on. And
Right.
the explanation that
hilarious.
they give is we're in the place beyond time.
There,
There you go.
there it is.
There you go.
All right, these changes are currently exclusive to Disneyland in California, which is Galactic Basic for Second Florida. You don't get any of it.
Letting everybody know California's still better. Yeah.
Got to come to California to get the
Debatable.
OG. OG. All right. This is my last news story. Misa gets mine's own comic bookie.
God.
That
Marvel
was
Comics.
really good.
I know.
That
Thank
was
you very much.
excellent.
I appreciate you noticing. Thank you. Unlike young Phil. Marvel Comics is launching Star Wars Jar Jar, a new series that finally answers the long outstanding question of what happened to Jar Jar after the prequel era. The series is co-written by Ahmed Best, the actor who brought Jar Jar to life. Early preview images show Jar Jar and Kelleran Beck crossing paths under tense circumstances. So, a
This
new
is
comic
when Jar
series.
Jar went, it became a Sith Lord. This is what they're doing.
Could-
And that's why
could be.
Kelleran Beck's gonna fight him. Yes.
Exactly.
That's gonna be
I think it's
Ahmed
cool.
Best killing off the old version of himself.
Yeah. Well, there it is. There it is. The story also looks to flesh out Kelleran Beck even more, which is Ahmed Best wanting to enhance a new character, which should be exciting for fans who've wanted to see more of the character since his live action debut. Do you remember where we saw Kelleran Beck?
In The Mandalorian.
He's the one that saved Grogu.
That's right.
I know. He did something good. All right.
Were
I
you
do-
reminding yourself? Because we both already knew that.
I'm just throwing it out there.
All right. Well, I got to mentally prepare. Literally, he sent this to me today so I could practice it. So
Misa gets
Oh, there
mine's
we go.
owning Marveloso comic bookie opsis. Who this does Kelleran Beck thinks he's stealing mine's a spotlight synopsis.
oh my God. Misa gets a minds owning Marveloso comic bookie obsessis. Who is this Kelleran Beck thinks that he is stealing mine's a spotlight synopsis. Synopsis.
That was
Jar-
I applaud you both. That was pretty good.
Jar Jar
Listen, man, Jar
returns,
Jar Binks.
co-written by Jar Jar himself, Ahmed Best. Jar Jar faces the consequences of giving emergency powers to Chancellor Palpatine. What pivotal role does Jar Jar play in the formation of the Rebel Alliance? Guest starring fan favorite Jedi Knight Kelleran Beck. Star Wars Jar Jar #1 hits comic shops February 11th.
Oh,
wow.
nice.
Right. You know what? Get that for your Valentine.
There it
That's
is.
right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for our regular news. So let's jump into the last segment of the night. It's time for the trend up.
I do love what you did there.
Oh. I was waiting for the audio.
Like a music cue
Yeah,
or something.
something.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, whatever. It doesn't need it. A new hope for Lucasfilm. Star Wars is in the middle of its biggest shakeup in a decade. Leadership changes, new creative voices, long-term trilogies, and a surprising amount of clarity about where the franchise is heading next. Kathleen Kennedy is officially leaving her leadership role at Lucasfilm, shifting back to producing while exploring new creative tools, including AI, because of course she is. As she exits, she shares fresh updates on several Star Wars films and addresses the franchise potential of Starfighter. Meanwhile, Dave Filoni and Lin Brennan are stepping into top leadership positions, signaling a new creative direction for the studio. The incoming team has also thrown full support behind Simon Kinberg's planned Star Wars trilogy, which is expected to guide the franchise well into the 2030s. So, obviously, this is a big deal.
Yeah,
I would
Huge
say.
deal.
So
massive.
Huge deal.
yeah, huge. So I have some talking points, the pros and the cons. And I tried to do some from the fans' perspective and then some from the industry's perspective. So I'll break those down. And if you guys want to talk about any of them, just start talking. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. So from the fans' perspective, the pros of this are a Filoni-led era could finally bring consistent lore, tone, and world building across movies and TV shows. Um, Kennedy returning to producing might mean more filmmaker-driven projects with fewer corporate constraints.
Thank God.
A clear support for Kinberg's trilogy gives fans a long-term roadmap instead of constant uncertainty. And then having like fresh updates on multiple films signal that Star Wars movies are finally moving again. So the only thing I found from any of that that she had said significantly about was Starfighter. She talked about the hunt for Kylo Ren, saying it was such a good script, but that's really all I could find about like specific things. So I don't know what multiple films she was.
She also talked about the so they're still moving forward with Taika Waititi's movie, but he doesn't have a finished script, and that's why it got put on the back burner. The concept and the pitch were really good, and she's like, they are 100% backing this film, but they're waiting on him to submit his full script. So I did notice that. As far as Filoni
Okay.
leading everything, Filoni is Lucas's literal Padawan, right? Like
Right.
he
Yeah,
is the
absolutely.
chosen one. Like this dude knows lore better than anybody in Star Wars, and it's involved in involvement in Star Wars. Like again, we talk about the consistent lore, tone, world building, everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's already proved that he can do that, especially
Mhm.
with the animated shows, which is what kind of got him into the live action stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Filoni is the perfect person to lead creative when it comes to this stuff.
Mhm.
From what I understand, Lin-Wen
Brennan.
Brennan,
Brennan.
she is like the financial person. She's the person. She's basically
Yeah.
how over at DC,
Yeah.
where James Gunn, like Filoni is the equivalent of James Gunn. He is the guy that has all the creative input, and hey, this wouldn't happen in Star Wars, but this would be good. This is good lore, things like that. And Lin-Wen Brennan is the equivalent to
Peter
Peter
Safran.
Peter
Safran.
Safran, who's like more the financial person. So again, I have faith in a lot of what they're doing. I don't have problems with Kennedy because the moves that Kathleen Kennedy did make at Lucas were usually good. The ones that everybody gives all of the hate to were other people, not just why am I forgetting his name?
She gets a
CEO.
lot of hate for all the negativity, but everybody forgets all the good stuff that happened.
There's a
You know?
lot of good that happened. Yeah. Bob is the reason that like half of the stuff that everybody
Iger.
blames Bob Iger's half the reason why anything that anybody blames on Kathleen Kennedy about, like, oh, Kathleen Kennedy ruined this. Honestly, go and look up like the majority of what people actually in the industry talk about. And Bob Iger is the reason 90% of that stuff is messed up. If you guys hate the sequel trilogy, Bob Iger is 90% of the reason why the sequel trilogy ended up the way it did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I have to say this. It's tangentially, whatever.
Tangentially.
Really tangentially related. It's really giving the studio vibes to me.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so Kathleen Kennedy is Catherine O'Hara, and Dave Filoni is Seth Rogen, and like I was like, oh shit. And Bob Iger, yeah, it's there,
Bob Iger's,
movie,
I'm forgetting his
movie.
name, but he's the dude that was like, we have to make a Kool-Aid movie. If you're
Yeah,
gonna take
like,
this job, you have
what?
to make a Kool-Aid movie.
Yeah, that
That's
was
funny.
yeah. So it just yeah, studio vibes. The studio vibes. Anyway, uh So you actually, Phil, you kind of talked about some of the industry perspective
Oh, okay.
pros. The restructuring can streamline decision making and reduce the development bottlenecks of the past decade. Filoni and Brennan offer a blend of creative and operational stability that Hollywood insiders have been calling for. A decade spanning trilogy provides predictable scheduling and franchise planning for studios, partners, and merch pipelines. And Kennedy's shift back to producing could strengthen relationships with directors and writers who prefer working directly with her.
hmm
Again, the studio vibes. Sorry.
Yeah. And you got to keep in mind, like, she's produced on huge films like Indiana Jones
hmm
and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And when she got this gig, it was literally right when, like, George is like, hey, I'm going to hire you. You're hired. Your job. Awesome. That's great. By the way, I'm also selling the company to Disney. Good luck with all that. And she's the one that had to go through all this and how Lucasfilm was going to move forward in this new Disney era.
Yeah.
And it was all her.
Yep.
So
Yep.
she gets a lot of hate. I don't hate on Kathleen Kennedy like
At all.
a lot of fans do.
All right. So the cons now, I mean, we talked about the pros. Let's talk about the cons. So from the fans' perspective, Filoni's strengths are in animation and TV. Some worry the cinematic side may not translate as smoothly. Announcing updates during a leadership transition feels risky. Fans fear another round of shifting priorities. Committing to a trilogy now could lock the franchise into a direction before audiences weigh in. And the starfighter ambiguity may signal hesitation rather than confidence. That's from the fans' perspective.
What do you think about all
Anything?
that, Frey? What do you think about the con portion of it?
Um, Look, you don't know if a director or creator is going to be good in a different medium until they are in a different medium.
Mhm.
So, I think like the Russo brothers started with Community. That was a TV show, a comedy TV show, and now they're helming the MCU.
And they're
Good
coming
point.
back to the MCU, like to the point where
Yeah.
nobody's been able to replicate, the lightning in the bottle that they've created. So they're coming back.
Right.
Here's my thing with
So
Filoni.
that's the only thing I was thinking is that
Yeah.
okay,
and
great.
and this will be
Spike
short. Like,
Jonze did a lot
yeah,
of shit.
this will be short. My thing with Filoni is, if you are afraid that he may not have an eye for cinema, then you have not been not paying attention to anything, because shows you know condensing story is all really what he's going to do. And he seems like the kind of person where he starts from point A to point B and is like, this needs to be this long, so how do I get from point A to point B and get this all done? The guy knows how to do episodic TV. He has done animated films, so what is there to say that he can't do in a feature film if he has the eye for a cinematic film in the TV shows that he's done, and he has written movies that have done well? I don't have a problem with him doing a film and helming a film franchise.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget, he has Jon Favreau to
Right.
support him as well,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And it's not like he's only done Star Wars. He was the director for the first season of Avatar: The Last
Avatar:
Airbender.
The Last Airbender. And that's actually what I was thinking in my head, was like he helmed Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's going to be in a good direction, and I like that they have him to only focus on creative.
Yeah.
And
No, I think the partnership thing is really in now.
mhm.
That instead of having one person over all of it, get two people, and then that way one can cover the financials and all that, the other can cover the creatives. And so, yeah, I really like that. I think it's a good thing. So from the industry's perspective, though, Like major leadership changes can disrupt ongoing projects, create uncertainty. We were talking about Zaslav selling Warner Brothers and how like that could have affected uh, the Brave and the Bold. So like it's uncertainty and people don't want to move forward with things if there's uncertainty. Early commitments to long-term slates limit flexibility if market trends shift or box office performance dips. AI-driven creative tools raise questions about labor, authorships, and future production pipelines. And Kennedy's exit could lead to a reevaluation of projects she championed, causing potential delays.
Again, I don't think that's going to happen just because Filoni's also been involved with the majority of those projects. Filoni has been the creative force behind Star Wars for a long time at this point. Kathleen Kennedy's just been kind of like on the back end producing, and she gets the final say. I think nothing is really going to change because the majority of the projects that are in the pipeline right now, Filoni has his hands in to begin with. So when you take the guy who's already doing creative and you put him in charge, I don't see him going, okay, well, yeah, I was doing this just because Kathleen Kennedy, and I'm just going to get rid of all your projects. I don't think Filoni, one, Filoni doesn't seem like that kind of person, but two, he also seems like somebody who has been excited and been involved with every one of these projects from the ground up. So I don't see any of that kind of being a concern. You know what I mean?
Okay.
My concern is that Filoni's only focused on Star Wars, right? Which is great, but now being ahead of Lucasfilm and what other projects may take some of his time, now I'm concerned like maybe he strays away from Star Wars because he has more going on, and then we start to lose focus. But I don't think they're going to let that happen. I think they're going to make sure that whatever projects they've announced, they're going to be like, we need to push through with this slate of projects. And we can't let anybody down. We can't let the fans down. We can't go back on our word. This is what we said we're going to do. We're going to do it.
Yeah, Filoni's baby is Star Wars first and foremost. The guy is always going to focus on Star Wars. I am interested in him just being someone who kind of thinks the same way that Lucas thinks. I am actually genuinely curious to see what he would do with Indiana Jones.
That's a good point.
That'd be really cool. Yeah.
He's really good at expanding universes.
We're very good. You know, and I'm sure
that would be interesting.
I mean, he dresses like Indiana Jones. Why would he not be an Indiana Jones fan, right? Like, I mean, I'm sure
Trapper Wolf.
Trapper Wolf. That's right. I don't.
Trapper Wolf. Get some Trapper Wolf stuff out there.
I do want to see Trapper Wolf, like the character that he plays. I want to see more Trapper Wolf in the universe. But I mean, like, seeing what he does with Indiana Jones, because it's kind of like, okay, here is the care that I took for Star Wars. I want to take that same care and put it to Indiana Jones. We know that Indiana Jones can expand into more things because the game is fucking perfect. I'm sorry. Great Circle was a perfect game. And I know that we can do more Indiana Jones, right? The thing is, do we do young Indiana Jones? Do we do Indiana Jones? You know, we know he has offspring at this point, right? We don't 100% know what happened with Mud, but at the same time, yeah, I mean, they talked about it in the last movie, but it's kind of like, you know, can you fix that relationship? Can you fix that character and lead up to, you know, obviously we know he dies at some point. If you haven't watched those movies, guys, that they've been out for like 3 years. So, but I mean,
I haven't watched them. Thanks so much.
Okay, well, that's your fault for not watching a movie that's been out for 3 years. So spoilers for a movie that's been out for 3 years. But I mean, like, you know, that's the whole thing with that is, you know, does he go and fix that Mud character that everybody hated so much, you know, Indiana's son? Do you start leading into his goddaughter, who was kind of a co-lead in the latest movie? You know, like, do you do the legacy of Indiana Jones, or do you recast for a younger Indiana Jones and tell more stories? Because They made it a non-linear film franchise, which that is an advantage to Indiana
Mhm.
Jones. You know, who do you get to play Indiana Jones? You know,
Yeah, yeah.
and, you know, yeah, like
Ryan
it's
Gosling.
I was thinking the exact same thing. It's perfect. Perfect.
Ryan Gosling as young Indiana Jones. I'm sure he would love to do that too.
Mhm.
Oh,
Mhm.
he would be so good.
Yeah,
He has that
totally
kind
agree.
of comedic timing that Harrison Ford does as well. And they've done stuff together, and if you've never seen their interviews that they've done together, you have to watch the interviews that they've
Yeah, I've
done
seen them.
together. They
They're
are
hilarious.
freaking hilarious.
Oh,
The
I'd like
Blade
to see
Graham
Runner,
more.
Norton
right?
one.
They did
Blade
Blade
Runner.
Runner together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd
Okay.
want to see Ryan Gosling in the suit that Dr. Jones wears in like when he's teaching, like the tweed suit that he wears when he's teaching, and just kind of
Yeah.
see what
Yeah.
that look would look like, just that kind of like that old 1940s look. I want to see more Nazi stories. We know that he interacts with the Russians, because you know, again, Crystal Skull leans more into him fighting the Russians. So I mean, there are so many eras and so many stories that you can tell with Indiana Jones if you cast the right actor to continue on with.
Yeah. I think it would be great.
There's also a lot of books that are good, and again, the game really leans into it. I'm done. I talk too much.
Okay,
Yep.
so I do have a question now that we've gone through all of it. So is this the moment Star Wars finally finds long-term stability? Or is Lucasfilm entering another cycle of big promises and unpredictable pivots?
Young Phil, keep talking.
If
Oh
anything, I
goodness.
feel like this is the moment for them to find stability, and I've been kind of this goes with the theme that I've been saying the entire night, right? Between the two people that they've chosen, Lin Brennan and Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni is that person that is going to uphold the legacy of Star Wars, because this is a man who lives, breathes, dies Star Wars. And Lin Brennan is somebody who is has proven to be good on the finances. Again, I was very unfamiliar with her until I started doing research when they announced that she was the she was going to be the co-head. And I think it was a good decision. I think it was a smart decision. Again, somebody who like Dave Filoni, who takes so much care into storytelling, not just Star Wars, but everything that he's ever put his hands into. Um,
Mhm.
I'm interested in seeing him helm everything in the Lucas library and
Sphere.
expanding on everything in the sphere, right? Expanding on everything that Lucas owns, because
Mhm.
Star Wars, again, I think he's the right person to steer that ship. I would also like to see what he does with Indiana Jones. I would also like to see what he does with every other Lucas property,
Mhm.
because
You can't think of another one, can you?
at the moment I can't, and I know there's multiple ones.
What about
Well,
Howard the Duck? He did Howard the Duck. No,
Uh,
but that wasn't it.
I would
I
rather
think that was yeah.
yeah. Well, Spielberg did Howard the Duck more than Lucas did, but Lucas had his hands in it, and I would prefer Marvel
I
handle
thought
that because they've
Lucas
already.
directed it.
I thought Spielberg directed that.
I thought it was George Lucas.
how about you guys look it up? So I kind of agree with what you're saying about Filoni and Brennan. I feel like the Star Wars side of Lucasfilm is in good hands. I think they're good. I think where Kathleen Kennedy is leaving things and going back to the producer role that she had, I think that may be something that's a strength of hers that she hasn't been able to flex in a long time, because she's brought bangers to box offices for decades, going back to like the 80s. And I'm just looking at the list, and I'm just Poltergeist, E.T., Twilight Zone. We talked about Indiana Jones already, but Empire of the Sun, Roger Rabbit, Land Before Time, Back to the Future, Always, Cape Fear, Arachnophobia, Gremlins. All these are executive produced by her. And having somebody like that in Hollywood getting back into like, hey, let's make some projects. I'm excited to see what else she can come up with. Now, whether it's AI or not AI, that's a whole separate, question. But like, I think she has an eye for projects and films, and I think her getting back to that will be super interesting.
Yeah, we were both wrong. It was
Yep.
William Hayek, and
Right.
he also wrote it. So
William.
don't let
Yep.
the
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Sorry, but George Lucas did
He produced.
produce it.
Yeah, Spielberg had nothing to do with it. But yeah, Lucas produced.
So I was more right than
We were
wrong.
both wrong. We were both wrong.
We were both wrong, but Phil was more wrong.
Sure. Okay. Continue.
I also had some really good points.
I was trying to go back to you.
You
James.
did.
Just letting you know.
You did. No, I thought you were very persuasive.
I was actually trying to type it into our
Dumbass.
group chat, and Jen decided to put it on the show. So okay.
There you go.
Well, he
All right.
said, "Look it up."
Any
Give
other
the fans
thoughts?
what they want.
Any other thoughts
No.
on the transition between Kathleen Kennedy leaving and Filoni and Brennan coming in?
I think that we all knew that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They had been talking about it for 2 years. I think Dave Filoni is good as a creative on the creative side, and Lin Brennan, from what I understand, is very good on the financial side. She understands all of that. So I think as long as they have a good relationship together, I don't see it being a problem.
Agreed.
Yeah. Good point.
Did I say everything you guys said in less words?
Yes.
A lot less words.
Yeah. Well, with that being
First time
said,
for everything.
if if you would like to represent Star Wars or represent distance nerding, then the easiest way to do both at the same time, let's get some distance nerding merch, because we got merch, people.
We got merch, people.
Yeah.
And so
And
can
so
you.
can you.
Throw up the screenshot.
The screenshot, or do you want me to play the video? Because I got a
Oh,
video.
Play the video. So fancy. Are we allowed to talk over the video?
I love this. I didn't even know about this. Is this new?
Things are happening.
Yes, I can see. Oh, I love the Star Trek one. I mean, the space show one.
The space show one.
Not associated with any show at all.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can get merch. All you have to do is head over to streamlabs.com/distance nerding/merch. And you can get some of that sweet merch. All the shirts that we've got all of our original Distance Nerding shirts, as well as some original shirts, as well as a whole bunch of variants of fun logos with Distance Nerding. And then there's glassware and phone cases and all that kind of fun stuff. Guys, just head over to streamlabs.com/distance nerding/merch and get you some merch today.
That's awesome. That's
I
so
like it.
cool. Congratulations to us. I mean, that's awesome. I just think it's amazing.
Congratulations.
Like everything else, I haven't seen that either. So
Oh,
maybe
you've been
No, I
gone for like a month.
I know I haven't gone.
Because I made
sorry.
that
I was
made that like
I was
January
taking
1st.
over a state, okay?
Schedule.
Not a
Let's
real
get to
state.
it.
All right, let's talk schedules. Ladies and gentlemen, Tuesdays, the show you are watching right now from 6:30 to 8:30. Distance Nerding. Thursdays, The Build. This week on The Build, super excited. The voice of young Goku, the voice of young Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Stephanie Nandolny, and I am so excited to talk to her because she is the current voice of Goku and Gohan, as well as on Dragon Ball Daima. She is, again, the current voice of the character. I think this might be the first time we're getting somebody who is currently voicing a character.
Dude, we should put out some promos on
Sweet.
that.
Yeah, I should probably do that tonight.
Yes. That's
Okay,
awesome.
finish the show
So-
so you can do that.
Yeah, I know, right? And then, of course, Fridays, when we can, the buzzer from 6:30 to 8:30. Now, not everybody can make it on Fridays. Sometimes we have to cancel the Friday show. But when we do, we have a blast. Just stay glued to the social medias. You'll know whether we are playing a buzzer on a Friday, but we usually play at 6:30 to 8:30. All the times are in Pacific. What is it? Pacific Daylight
It's
Time?
standard. No, it's standard now.
Okay, Pacific Standard
'Cause
Time,
we-
whatever.
Because we fell back.
Okay.
So now it's standard.
Okay. Okay.
Daylight
Yeah,
is
right.
when it's lighter out for longer. So we jump forward.
Frey, plug your time
Spring.
zone.
Plug your time zone, Frey.
Central time zone?
There you go.
Whatever.
that's-
Whatever. Yeah.
I mean, look, you guys are this flashy Pacific time zone. Us Central time zoners don't like really talk about it. It's just Central time zone. Get over it. Move on.
Yep. You should
The only real
definitely
time
move
is
on to
Pacific time. All right,
Pacific.
let's move on. We're going to move on, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to support Distance Nerding, the best way to do that is to head over to distancenerding.com. Hit that big blue button at the top of the screen. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You can join the taco party. And join the taco party. Hit that button. That's right. Join the
Buy
taco
us a
party.
taco.
It's the best way to support Distance Nerding. Makes it so we can do more shows. We can get more prizes and give more stuff away. Speaking of giving stuff away, James, where we're at 570 right now.
571-ish.
571. We're getting there,
Ish.
guys. 571. Once we
Ish.
hit 19 more subscribers, once we are steady at 600 subscribers, we've got Funkos that we're giving away. We've got Lego that we're giving away, guys. It's worth it. It is fun.
I'll give away a kidney.
There you
No, I
go.
won't.
Jen's gonna give away her
No,
kidney.
I won't. That's so illegal. We can't do that. We will not do that. Our lawyers have said we are unable to give a human organ away. In any
Even if
Let's
it's
not
your
get
own.
lawyers involved. What's a kidney among friends? Let's
Yeah,
come on.
exactly. What is a kidney among friends? You know, your friends, real friends
Y'all
want
miss
your
me.
kidneys. Well, of course, ladies and gentlemen, have something you want to discuss. Connect with us on all the social media places. If it is existing, we are there at Distance Nerding. Or, of course, you can send us an email at distancenerding@aol.com. That is it from us. Bruce, buddy, time to go to bed. James, take us home.
Thanks, and keep nerding together. Oh, creepy
All right.
baby in 2026.
All right. It's because we don't do the dance party anymore. So Creepy Baby's like, I'm here.
I want to dance.
I want to suck your
I
blood.
But
want
creepy
to
babies-
dance.
I need to have words with you. We will speak.
we will have words. Sandra saying she wants more Lego. Well, shit. She participates a lot, so I mean, I can't say. Well, get your friends to follow us. I think all of her friends follow us at this
There you
point.
go. Real quick, shout out to
Yeah.
Say Wong. Shout out to Travis. Shout out to who else
Chris
was in the
Chipperson.
Chipperson. Shout out to Sandra. Appreciate you all. We'll see you soon.
Everybody interacting in the chat. That's right.
Thursday.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will see everybody on Thursday for Stephanie Nadoni. That's right. Let's get this going. We will catch everybody again. James, one more time.
Thanks, and keep nerding together.
Bye.
Deuces.
Distance nerding.
Bye.